Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Knock Knock Hi with the Glockenfleckens. I am Dr. Glockenflecken, also known as Will Flannery.
I am Lady Glockenflecken, also known as Kristin Flannery.
We have got a fantastic episode.
Yes, we do.
We are talking to the one and only Dr. Elisabeth Potter.
Yes, she's
You all know her.
Role model, a hero.
You all know her. She's gone
I think she's an Avenger.
Viral. Maybe. She might be. I think she has some superpowers.
Yep.
But you've seen her go viral all over social media for standing up to UnitedHealthcare. She's created videos. She was pulled out of the operating room to have to deal with a patient denial. She's recorded herself doing peer-to-peer reviews and just shining a light on these harmful practices that UnitedHealthcare and all the healthcare insurance companies do, to be honest. And we got her on the podcast.
Yes.
So we had a wonderful chat, and it just fired me up. I want to go out. I'm going to go punch a health insurance person in the face.
Nope. That's assault.
Nope. Can't do that. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to punch a pillow.
That's better. You can put a picture of the face on the pillow.
There you go.
That's fine.
Put the UnitedHealthcare logo on a pillow and just go to town.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just record a skit. How about that?
I think that'd be better.
That's healthier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. But this is a great combo. So let's just get to it, shall we?
Yes.
Let's not belabor this anymore. Here we go. Dr. Elisabeth Potter.
Hey, Will.
Hey, what's up?
I've been thinking, the U.S. healthcare system, it needs some improvement.
Yeah, there's room for improvement. For
sure.
It's
a confusing, scary place for everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Physicians, families, patients, everybody.
And I've experienced it from both sides, right? I'm a physician. I've also been a patient. So I wanted to use my platform to give people practical education, really the only way that I know how, by making jokes. So Dr. Glockenflecken's really fun and super uplifting guide to American healthcare is out. And it's a free resource that includes all my videos from the 30 Days of Healthcare series, alongside deeper explanations, also reliable facts, emphasis on reliable.
Yes.
All right. Figures, numbers, insights into how each of us can fight for a more humane, better healthcare system. Also, it has jokes.
Did you mention the jokes?
I did. Jokes. Okay. Yes, definitely jokes.
Well, this guide is great for anyone looking to learn more about U.S. healthcare, but especially if you are experiencing it from the clinician side for the first time.
That's right.
Really hope you'll check it out.
Get the free guide sent straight to your inbox by signing up for our mailing list, glockenflecken.com/healthcare. Enjoy. All right, we're here with Dr. Elisabeth Potter, the one and only. Oh, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I'm just so glad to be here in a friendly room.
Oh, you had just there's the subtext to that is you've been in a lot of unfriendly rooms recently, which I can totally understand.
Oh yeah, there's something about sitting here with you guys. It feels like I know I don't know you at all, but it feels like I'm with my family and we're just about to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel that way because I was trying not to be like creepy, but also in your DMs too prior to this. But like I feel like you just are like the medical internet's collective big sister right now. Like you really give off those vibes, of
sure.
like, oh, we're all going to be okay because Dr. Potter is here,
Wait, do I have to hold it together? Okay, wait. Come on. Like, I'm protecting you. Okay, so I'm not allowed to. Okay, but can I show that it's actually really scary?
Yeah, you can. I mean, we all know the truth. It's just like, that's the like,
I love
vibe that you have.
I think that's part of why your content's resonating so much is because you're very real with it. Like you're forthcoming with the challenges and the stress and that's very real. That's what people are feeling right now with the healthcare system, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to jump into the I hear you have some kind of issue with one of these health insurance companies. I don't know. But first, I want to apologize to you because I don't have a plastic surgery character. I'm so sorry. I You might be the first
Big one.
plastic surgeon I have ever met, actually, outside of my own field. I only collaborate with ethical oculoplastic surgeons, by the way. So, but anyway,
The ethical part leaves a lot of the plastic out. Did they say that?
you can say whatever you want.
That's so funny. Yeah, I would. Yeah, you need a plastic surgery character.
I
Maybe
know.
a good and a bad one. Maybe a cosmetic and a reconstructive. It's like,
Well, it seems like two very different worlds.
it is, and it's why I'm so woefully unprepared to face the, not woefully unprepared, but I was thinking about it. I mean, like, no one prepared me to do reconstruction and have to fight for my patients. Like, plastic surgery is all about, you're prepared to do cosmetic surgery. It's not this.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I want to, well, first of all, okay, let's just take a couple moments. Help me create this character. All right. So what's obviously the health insurance, like the regulatory stuff is one thing, but what helps me create my content is knowing like what gets on your nerves. Like,
what are your gripes?
what are the the conflicts that you have with other doctors?
Okay, wait. So
air out all the dirty laundry here. Let's go.
You're on a roll. Why stop?
So, I mean, if we're talking, I'm going to put myself back in the, you're taking a call. It's did you examine the patient? Did you take an x-ray? And this is all like hand and face stuff, right? It's like, have you seen the patient? Do you have the finger?
Yeah.
Did you put it on? You put it in milk, right? Is that what you're telling me? You thought that was a good idea? Because plastic.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah. People do all kinds of stuff with, amputated digits, and you're just like,
oh boy,
no. Or or someone calls and they say, this person crushed their hand. It's crushed. We told him he could probably replant it. And you're like, no, not if it's crushed, because I'm not a witch.
Yeah.
You can't just like blow into it like a balloon and kind of reinflate it. It doesn't work that way.
No. So that's just me getting back to the residency days. It's all the normal stuff. Like, did you see the patient, or do you have any information? You just want me to see him. It's just that stuff. I mean,
well, the people are dying to know, what do you do with your amputated digits?
You sew them back on. At UT Southwestern,
just at home.
Southwestern, where I trained, you take them to the operating room every time.
Yeah.
Like, there was like an intense sense of shame if you got to Thursday conference and there was any replant that you had not given them the benefit of a trip to the operating room just to try. Right?
Yeah.
There's it's their hand. So
we do the same thing with the eyeball, actually.
Well, that's different. I mean, that's actually way more important. The eyeball's way more important. I've got 10 digits. So
that's true. All right. Well, we gotta jump in because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. First of all, just how are you doing? You just in general, like you seem happy, but underneath the surface,
I'm sure it's one of these I laugh so I don't cry.
I can almost sense a extreme level of despair,
desperation. Yeah.
Right. I'm not sure what the layers of the skin, but there's some layer in there that's like, oh my God, what is happening in my life right now?
We can say this because we recognize it from experience. Like, you're at the point where it's like so absurd, so difficult to deal with that it's become absurd, and that's everything is hilarious now because it's just so absurd.
I mean, how bad could you be doing? You painted the room behind you, so it's like maybe it's therapeutic.
My friend Annalise, I mean, she's amazing, and shout out to Annalise. She's just got color palettes to die for. So.
No, really though. How are you? Give us a general sense.
The laughing thing is, I'm really glad to be here with you guys, and I think humor helps me. And I grew up in a storytelling family in the South, and so keeping up a facade is like exhausting.
Yeah,
and it's been wacky. Like, it's been ridiculous, and I can't believe. I mean, I'm 49 years old, and I trained so hard to do all this work, and I can't believe that this is the thing that's trying to take me out. It's insurance. I'm like, for real? I got through residency. And so, I I have my moments when I'm tired. But I'm also, I guess I don't know. I'm happy to be taking care of people, whatever that means. And I don't always get to choose what it means. And right now it seems like I'm supposed to take care of what's going on in insurance because there was no way for me just to keep telling the truth and not get here, I guess. So I'm not exactly sure why I'm here or like what universe this is, but I think I might have some superpowers and that have yet to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And yeah. I don't know. I'm not making a lot of sense, but I'm good.
That's okay.
I'm good.
I think when I saw your first video that set all this off, I saw that and I was like, oh, this is different. No one's done this. No one has talked about this in this
such
way.
a direct way.
And really like recounting like the actual conversations in that way. And it just the like visceral reaction I had was like, oh my God, I cannot believe like this is real. And that she's saying these things. Like this is amazing. And I think is exactly what we all needed in that moment. Like I can make 1,000 like silly comedy skits, right? And like that's going to be great for like some people. But I think you tapped into something that's so real that people could not ignore it.
And universal, like everyone, patients, doctors, everybody in this country is dealing with it.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the comedy that helps me tell the truth. So I appreciate what you do. I do. But I hear what you're saying. And I remember the day that I had that conversation after recording it, I came home and I sat outside on like a little wall in my backyard. And I told my husband, I was like, this thing just happened. And I'm just like, I was shaking my head like, my mind is blown. And I told him and he was like, what? And that was the feeling. I think all of us we've been experiencing these absurdities in medicine for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, I was able to share one example that resonated pretty deeply. But
and just to give the audience, in case you just
have been under a rock,
are not aware of what's been happening, it started off with you had a patient in the operating room, and planning on doing a surgery that was approved.
In the middle of the surgery, I think, right?
The inpatient hospitalization was approved. Yep. And you got a call directly to the operating room.
Yeah.
And you were told it was the insurance, it was UnitedHealthcare.
Yeah, I was in the operating room. A message came in saying that UnitedHealthcare wanted to talk to me right now. And it had gone through a couple of gates to get to me. Someone answered the phone at the OR front desk. What that nurse says, that they said, you may not speak to Dr. Potter right now. She's scrubbed in. And that nurse says that they responded, I would like you to get her, like I need to talk to her. Mm. And then the nursing manager talked and she was like, something must be up. We've never gotten like a call like this.
Clearly an insurance emergency.
I mean, it was mission critical that we had that authorization nailed down for the appropriate number of seconds. So it was just ridiculous and absurd. And they only wanted these mundane details. And that was almost even worse.
Right.
It was like, you're entitled to my time. And the man wasn't rude. It was just so completely absurd that as a surgeon, insurance can get into the operating room and interrupt me mid-case. And the background was that insurance has been doing this for a long time, right? I've been advocating for a long time, and I've been fighting against insurance changes that have led to decreased reimbursements for breast reconstruction. So this wasn't like, a clean slate. Yeah. When this happened, there was a backstory of women's health and breast reconstruction and insurance trying to take away coverage. So, and then I recorded that video. It went viral, and then United, got angry with me for recording it.
So I'm curious, like what had you made content before that point?
Yeah, I did, but we never had anything go viral. I made content for my
Yeah.
patients, and informational stuff and for the breast cancer community so that they could see the kind of things that we were doing. And yeah, I did, and I really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
But that I'd never done something like that before. I'd made content we fought this fight to preserve access to breast reconstruction a couple of years ago. And that's when I really went online and connected with patients online. But this was not what I expected, and I was not prepared for.
Yeah.
I'm sure like
Yeah, what was going through your mind when you decided to make the video? Was it just kind of that feeling of like, what just happened?
exasperation, like what the
Yeah.
hell?
Or
What
you-
the hell do I do with this?
I'm sure you didn't think it would be all this. So
I
what-
didn't, but I had learned at some point that just be honest.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, of course I'm not in kindergarten, but I mean, on the internet, like with patients, like what resonated with patients was just being honest. And I just felt like I could be honest about this. And I wasn't even sure that it made sense when I recorded it because I was just so dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And I posted it pretty quickly after I recorded it. It wasn't very long. So I didn't know it was going to happen. And I'm glad it did, though. I'm glad it did because I feel like, there's a conversation happening. Something bigger than me is happening, and that's good.
And then, so you get the letter, the cease and desist, from a law firm, representing UnitedHealthcare. Did you at any point consider sending your own cease and desist to them to maybe stop doing like the prior
stuff you're
authorization,
doing?
the peer-to-peer reviews? Like,
No.
has anybody ever done that?
Oh my
Has that
God,
worked?
you would do that.
I think
Oh no.
I think
I don't
that's your
know.
next skit.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
that's the plastic surgeon skit.
I
Yeah.
think you might be right, actually.
Yeah.
I think so. What I'm wondering about, though, is like, how much do you think that them sending you that letter, it just exploded this
Yeah, they
thing?
shot themselves in the foot,
Right.
kind of.
100%. It was a little bit viral. Like it was like, like a small outbreak in Austin, Texas.
Right.
And then it became like a pandemic when because they went there. And I think everybody saw them go there.
Yeah.
And I again, sitting in my backyard, when I decided to post the letter that they sent to me, that was after discussion with a great legal team who worked on this for me pro bono. And they looked at everything and they checked all the facts and they said, you're rock solid. And,
Yeah.
let's do this. And so I posted it and I just remember thinking, how is this going to land? Do you know what I mean? Because I already had this viral experience. Then I was like, wait a minute, does lightning strike twice? Like, am I going to get...
Did you just ask him if he knew what it was like to wonder how something speaking out against UnitedHealthcare was going to land with UnitedHealthcare?
Man. But yeah, I mean,
No, I mean, I posted it and then the world or whoever was listening got to see how United talks to a doctor who's taking care of women with breast cancer through insurance and network. Like I'm such a good actor. I've never done anything shady. Like I don't do cash pay. I'm just in network working for beans, trying to do the good thing.
right.
And
Not even a parking ticket on your name.
I mean, have I gotten a parking ticket? I mean, yeah. Okay, so there's some things.
Austin, Texas, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, probably
okay.
for sure. But you know what I mean? Like I'm not like doing the distasteful things that insurance companies like to say that doctors do. Like, no, I'm just, I'll do a free flap for $2,000. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So you put the letter, or you just put that letter out.
Which, by the way, is cease and desist from just telling the truth, I guess.
Right.
Like, that's all you did.
Yeah. They wanted me to apologize and take it down.
And I think
How dare you tell people what we're doing?
I know, right? So first of all, I get asked a lot, like, have you ever received any legal repercussions for like what I post? And lately, the last few times I've spoken in public, I get asked about you. And like, do you know about Elisabeth Potter?
Hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I know about Elisabeth Potter. And so like, doing the comedy thing, I think I maybe they just don't take me as seriously.
Well, legally,
probably
you have some
because
protection.
there's like satire, freedom of speech stuff that comes into play with the stuff I do. But and this is what I tell people. I was like, there's a certain level of courage that comes with what you are doing.
Yeah.
That I'm not reckoning with. I'm not dealing with, because you are literally putting yourself, your career out there. And that is something that we should all be commending you for doing, because that's just like a next level of advocacy right there. Like when you put yourself out there and risking what you're risking, and so like that's
and I think that's why the big sister vibe comes in too. It's like you are representing all doctors. And not just representing them, but you are putting yourself on the line for all doctors. Like everyone is dealing with this, right? And then of course for the patients as well. But like I think that people in the healthcare community recognize the sacrifice that you're making on everyone else's behalf. And I think that is a large part of why there's been such a movement to support you, in whatever way that people can, because everyone, you are sort of the healthcare every woman, right? Like everyone sees what you see, and you were the only one that was brave enough to say it so publicly, and then now you're being punished for it. So I think everyone just feels this need to rally behind you and like help however we can.
This episode, we're just gonna heap praise upon you the whole time, like the whole episode. Hope that's okay with you.
Y'all are amazing. And I mean, to, be serious, I'll stop giggling and settle in here. But like I think sometimes you're just presented with a situation and you really don't have an option to, it was never an option to not do the right
That's
thing.
all you could do, right? That's all you felt like you could do.
I mean, and it's kind of funny because, I mean, there's the version of me that's looking down going, this is going to hurt. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like, do it anyway. You just do it anyway.
Yeah.
And so
it does help that UnitedHealthcare decided to do the exact wrong thing.
So it does, right? It's like, that was just not the best move. And at any time they could have reached out and said, let's talk about this and how can we work together? And, I'm super collaborative and want good things for patients, but that's just not the tack they took.
They have an insight issue, Elisabeth. They feel like they are liked more than they are. And
which is baffling.
Right. And so I think with things like this, like they feel like they're gonna get some sympathy. You saw it certainly with the shooting, right? Like I think UnitedHealthcare,
his family deserved sympathy, 100%. UnitedHealthcare did not.
Well, and I think they get, when this stuff like this, they get caught with their pants down a bit because they think, oh well, people are going to be sympathize with us as UnitedHealthcare, but it's not the case. And so when they go after individuals as this mega corporation, like, how did you think that was going to go?
I think you're right. I was just talking with someone in media who said that they had a conversation with someone in an insurance company. I'll just leave it there. And that person in the insurance company was talking about what a good actor that insurance company was, what good things they did. And the example they gave was that this one time that the prior auth actually helped prevent a patient from not having the wrong limb operated on. Because, and I was like, no, it didn't. And it's super funny. No, it didn't. Because there's a timeout and there's consent and there's all this stuff. So maybe somebody wrote something down wrong on a piece of paper, but they actually said to this to a reporter, we're such a good insurance company. We've like prevented the wrong leg from coming off. So to your point, I just think they're tone deaf. They are not saving anyone.
Yeah. And surely they must know, at least at the top, that that's the case, right? Like They are not in the helping patients business. They are in the make as much
Making
money
money.
as possible business.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I guess so we're at the point where you post the letter,
Mhm.
and then what happened there in terms of did you get a reaction from United? Like, what did that escalate thing, or did that actually like cool their jets a little bit there? It started to back off from you.
So, good question. And what I didn't post was the letter that we sent back to United.
Okay.
So we sent a letter back to United that really was really direct, saying that their attempt to bully me had not worked, and that I was informed about my right to free speech, and that the truth is an absolute defense to libel, and that should they continue to pursue me in this matter, that they would be that I would respond to them with a suit of my own, and they would be responsible for my legal fees. And that was the genius of my legal team, who did all the work and looked at the case law. There's something called an anti-SLAPP statute. So someone like me actually is protected if you're telling the truth. I'm protected from what they were trying to do to me. Now, they hurt me in other ways. Yes.
Yeah,
They have. And
we'll get to that for sure. I'm sure.
but I felt, I mean, it's sort of like having a good doctor. You don't really want one, but when you need one, you're like so glad they're great.
Yeah.
I didn't have a legal team. But when these guys showed up and really went to bat for me, I felt like, okay, if I can take the heat, they're going to keep me safe. So we're good. We're going to do this. Yeah.
And then the thing is, it seems like, I mean, did you get heat from anywhere else besides just from this mega corporation that's like one of the top 5 corporations in the world?
I would say yes. And I would say that some of it was like radiant heat, where you don't see the source necessarily, but you feel the burn. So like going to the hospital, I work for a really big hospital, or work at a very big hospital chain corporation. And shortly after the letter, corporate attorneys descended. Like, I think they actually landed a helicopter on their roof and then like rappelled down into the operating room in their suits, because they were like SWAT teaming everything. And nurses were coming up to me saying, they're interviewing us. They're asking us all these things about you. And all anyone is saying is like, you're awesome. Like, there was someone who passed me a note in the hallway, like, hey, here, take this note. You know what I mean? Like, they want me to know, like, hey, this company, this hospital, not United, the hospital has sent all these goons.
Yeah.
Just what's up with you?
So they're worried. They're worried that
about
this
the PR
was gonna
issue.
hurt their bottom line.
Yeah.
Basically,
I don't know what they thought. And they installed cameras in the operating rooms where I work.
No way.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The week after, and it was in 4 ORs, and there's 20 something ORs. And I was like, "You guys are kidding me! How are you installing cameras in these operating rooms?" And I asked multiple people, and I've never gotten an answer. And so all we do now is when I go into the room, we turn them around. And my question to them was, would you have the patient's consent? Where does this data go?
That's what I was just wondering.
I want to know so many things about this. And it was just like crickets. Still.
Well,
that's your answer.
Wow. Okay. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back. Hey, Kristin. I know I like to talk to you about the little Demodex mites, little tiny guys. Thought we could give that a break and just talk about the eyelid disease that they cause when there's an overgrowth of Demodex.
I like that idea. No mite talk.
So Demodex blepharitis, it gets misdiagnosed because a lot of the symptoms overlap with other eye conditions.
Okay, so what are the top symptoms that people should be looking out for?
Itching, swelling, irritation of the eyelid margin, redness.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like it could be allergies or something else.
Exactly. It could be several different things. But the key is if your doctor spots little crusties, they're called collarettes, but they're like little crusties. Yeah, exactly. Then that's Demodex blepharitis. You just know it.
I like that there is a clear sign to know.
Yep. And once you're diagnosed, there's a prescription eye drop treatment available for Demodex blepharitis.
Whew. That is good to know.
To learn about the common symptoms of Demodex blepharitis and more, visit miteslovelids.com. Again, that's miteslovelids.com to learn more. This ad is brought to you by Tarsus Pharmaceuticals. Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
I almost did not get out of bed this morning to record.
Oh, why is that? Were you tired?
The Cozy Earth sheets.
Oh.
They're incredible.
They really are.
I never knew that sheets could be this comfortable.
They're probably the best sheets we've ever had.
Like I get in bed at night and like the stress from the day just melts off my body and is replaced by Cozy Earth.
That's right.
I want Cozy Earth to cover my skin at all times.
Oh, wow.
Like clothes, blankets,
yeah,
the sheets, everything.
They make it possible, I guess, to just drape yourself in Cozy Earth. And why wouldn't you?
I would love that. And I want our audience to feel that too.
Okay.
And right now you get a risk-free purchase.
That's right.
100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty.
You don't like it? You're not out anything.
Head to CozyEarth.com and use my code KNOCK for 40% off because your bed should be more than a place to sleep. It should be your happy place. Cozy Earth makes that possible. All right, so we're back with Dr. Elisabeth Potter. And how many interviews, by the way? Is this like number 560 interview that you've done about this whole thing?
This is the most fun.
Oh, good.
Good.
Can we just wait for that? So
maybe the first one with an ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
Is that?
In fact, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Good. At least we can establish that. All right. So it's interesting to hear you say that it's almost like the collateral damage from this thing has kind of bled into other areas of your professional life. Was there? You mentioned the cameras in the operating room. Was there pressure on you to do anything in particular? And don't answer anything that you might get in trouble for. But did you feel like anybody was pressuring you to, I don't know, make a certain statement, or were you basically kind of left to you and your legal team's devices to kind of handle this how you wanted to?
I mean, I got a few messages. Most of the messages that I got were very supportive.
Yeah.
There were a few that were not from, folks and societies, and, they don't want the attention.
Right.
But for the most part, I think people who are around me know me, and they know that I'm just not going to back down. Like once I've dug in a little bit, for better or worse, if I'm always going to try to do the right thing, even if it hurts. That really is the truth about me. I mean, I've always been that way. My mom was like, if United had just asked me, I would have told him,
Right.
So did I feel pressure? Yes. When honestly, the harder part I think has been, not to fast forward a little bit, but just the pressure on the practice that's resulted in the months that followed. When I decided to post the letter or to fight back, I had been in the process of opening a surgery center, and I was in the process of trying to contract with United, who is like a behemoth in healthcare and takes care of almost the majority of patients that I see. And so I in the back of my mind, I thought they could screw me over. But then I thought these are separate, and I'm such a good doctor, and I take such good care of their patients, and I've been doing this for so long, and I'm going to save them money and do all these good things with the surgery center for women with breast cancer. Like, they're not going to mix these things up, right? And I think it's been the pressure that I have felt has been to not do things that hurt the practice. Do you know what I mean? Not to not speak up, but to, Elisabeth, do you see what's happening? You're going to lose your surgery center. Like those things, or people that I owe money to. You have I have to pay them, and it's just, that's been the hardest part. Or even other surgeons, right? Like, I think at first, like the first day when I posted the initial viral video, I got a pat on the back and thanks so much for doing that. And there was a lot of that. But when I then was really in a bad spot financially with the practice, and I sold things to make payroll. My husband cashed in his 401k.
Yeah, I saw you talk about that.
Yeah, just those things. It was funny because I'm going to do what's needed. Like, I'm going to do what's needed to take care of my people. Period. And I'm never going to be ashamed of that. I'm not. And that's an honorable thing to do. And I didn't grow up in a rich family or coming from money. Like, people who just like farmed and worked and did the thing. And if it's going to keep my family fed or my people employed, I'm not going to be too proud to do it. But I did get the feeling when I went to work that doctors don't do that. Right? I got that feeling. Some expressed directly to me, and some is just the energy that I can feel, that wasn't showing weakness isn't a good move for a surgeon. And I guess,
like, you shouldn't be asking for money or donations.
Correct. Like, I started a GoFundMe, right? It's like,
yeah.
When I'm considered one of the best microsurgeons in the country, and I'm great at what I do, and I'm so fast and have such great outcomes, and people are applauding me, lots of people want to be around me. When I'm saying that I had to sell personal items to make payroll, and I'm worried that I'm going to lose my practice, a lot of those people don't want to be around me. Those same people. So, but honestly, I was never in it for that. I was never in it for like the club.
Well, sure, but it's a support system that that you feel like you were going to have.
Yeah,
right?
And the right people are there. I'm not saying I don't have great people there. I'm just saying I see who's not,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that has been painful.
I feel like those people are operating under faulty assumptions, right? Like, they're wrong. Like, before, I say this all the time. I said this to him in med school when it was like, I watched how they kind of train the humanity out of people so that they can just like squeeze more out of them. And I would always say, before you are a med student, or before you are a doctor, before you are a surgeon, you are a human, and we are all human. And so throw away the like, oh, surgeons can't show weakness, because surgeons are humans. So guess what? They have all the same human weaknesses that everyone else does. And there's no good that comes, in my opinion, from putting people on a pedestal like that when it requires denying their humanity. Like, that's just a fantasy.
I love that you said that. I also think this whole time I've leaned into telling the truth. And I don't know exactly what the grand message is going to be like. This isn't the story I intended to tell with my life.
Yeah.
Someone else is writing this story, I think. And I'm just trying to be in my purpose in it. And the only way I can be is by telling the truth. And honestly, telling the truth about what it's like to be someone with my training and my skill set in healthcare in America. Saying that I almost lost my home is part of the truth that I think Americans need to hear. And it's part of the tragedy and the cruelty of insurance and healthcare. And so if I hold that back, I don't think I'm the only one. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is painful. And does it feel embarrassing sometimes for someone who's as proud of what I do? Like, there are moments when it felt that way. And I just had to stand up straighter and go, let me show you, let me model for you what it's like to be humble and truthful and to walk through this very difficult time. Do you know what I mean? I'm still figuring that out every day. But if I don't tell the truth, like, I don't think I'm doing any of us a service.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what else? Like, I'm sorry, this is just going to continue to be the pep talk, but like, the worse it gets, the more on the right track you are, I feel like, because what that means is that they are scared of you. This gigantic corporation is scared of you.
I also think there's folks, I love doctors, I do, but there are folks in medicine who are, company people and who are really comfortable living under the protection of an industry that isn't taking care of the rest of us. And those are the ones who have questioned me, right?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but have you taken solace in the comments on social media? Like,
I love
honest, like,
it.
isn't
I
it?
have actually.
I can't think of another person, myself included, that like everybody is supportive of what you're doing.
So much love.
And so normally I don't say like advise people to read too many of the comments, but for you, I would say read all the comments. Go search your name on every single social media platform because everybody only has wonderful things to say.
I love that. And if they're bots, I'm down.
So,
because they're making me feel better.
Those Russian bots are nice sometimes, right?
I'm receiving as much as I'm giving, and that is the absolute truth. And and that's when I feel like I'm in this position. I didn't earn this. I'm not a good enough person to have praise like that heaped on me. I'm just a normal person in an extraordinary circumstance, right? And but man, I appreciate the encouragement. And I'll tell you that on really hard days, like when I sit down and I see comments that say, "Hey, Dr. Potter, I'm rooting for you," man, I get choked up. Or I feel like that swell of like, I got this. There are other people doing things that are harder than this.
And I hear you on the I'm just a normal person in extraordinary circumstances. I felt the same way, like, after I had to do CPR on him, the med Twitter was like, "Oh, you're such a hero." And I could not accept that because I just felt like it almost, like, rubbed me the wrong way because I felt like, No, I'm not. I did what anyone would do. Like, I just did what you're supposed to do, right? And this is not at all on the same level because I felt like someone's life was at stake in this one and whatnot. But like you just said that you're a normal person in extraordinary circumstances, but not every normal person would choose the actions that you've chosen.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't discount yourself entirely. I take your point. I feel that because I've been there too. And also,
but like you couldn't help it. You couldn't help yourself.
Exactly. So I get that. I get that.
And so there's no like, it's not like I thought I really, maybe I won't because I couldn't have gone to sleep at night and respected myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. Like you couldn't have not because like.
Right.
Because we had a mortgage to pay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
2 kids. He's not going anywhere. Get back here, sir.
If I had thought about the mortgage, I might have stopped. That's another. Oh,
well, I want to talk about the retaliation aspect of this because there was no reason why UnitedHealthcare would not include your surgery center in their network, right? You met all the requirements. You did everything right, crossed your T's, dotted your I's. And so at what point do you have like confirmation, like, yes, we're doing this because of what you've said about us? Or is it just like, how could you not come to that conclusion kind of thing?
I can't help but see it as anything other than retaliation. And I think there's a couple of things that I would share for those who want insight into that. In the state of Texas, an insurance company has to apply for a waiver if they don't have a network that has enough surgery centers. And so in my zip code, United applied for a waiver because they didn't have enough surgery centers like mine.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
So they needed one just like me. And they were saying all these things about in their business model in other ways, like they wanted things like that. And the case is like, I can save 40% for them. And I do 500 cases a year. And, the business model, the business case is so clear.
If nothing else is going to speak to them, at least money should speak to them.
Right.
And so it should, right? And then also, if you're someone who's paying premiums to United, I want the public to know that they had the opportunity for me to save the money and provide better care. And I mean, breast cancer is the single largest expenditure for women in the 40 to 60 something age range for employers, right? It's like a huge expenditure. So we could make a real impact and be a case study for doing something in a different way. And they chose not to. Why would they choose not to?
Yeah.
It's because it's me.
That's the only explanation left.
Yeah, and there's a few, there may be an email or two out there that insinuates that as such. Maybe. Yeah. Or maybe not an email. I would say I heard of a conversation where they mentioned it to a reporter.
Okay.
So that I was actively contracting with them and, et cetera.
So where are you at now?
I'm just pivoting. I mean, I'm like, listen, I laugh and I talk about, I'm being really honest about being vulnerable and all that. And that's part of my strength, I think. But like, I am one tough son of a bitch. And so like, I'm not going down on this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going down on this. And so like, this is, I'm going to see this through and demonstrate a different way to do it. And, so yeah, I'm just every day waking up, giving myself a pep talk, going and taking great care of patients, going out and getting contracts with other insurance companies for my surgery center. Like paying off my debts that I can. I mean, good Lord, people showed up.
Yeah.
$500,000 in a week in a GoFundMe. And the average donation was $70.
That's amazing.
$70. That's just, those are my people.
That's amazing.
That's like my aunt sent me, not a wealthy woman. She wrote me a check for what she could write. Like,
yeah,
people sending.
It's just regular people. Yeah.
Regular people. And of course, there were a couple of other not regular people who did too. But even with them, the average donation, $70. I'm like, I work for you now.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
let's see them. If that is true, if I'm representing for Americans, I will not be crushed. So, bring it.
By the way, open enrollment's coming up.
So I said that just yesterday. I'm like, I'm about to unleash that. Because, I mean, vote with your feet, people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vote with your feet.
I'm not saying any other health insurance company is like better on a lot of things than UnitedHealthcare, but I mean, there's got to be some consequences.
Probably not many that are worse
for breaking,
yeah,
literal laws. I think
actual laws, or like like threatening like human beings. No, I think that there's something to be said for that. Employers, take a look around, have another option.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I was one of the other insurance companies right now, I would be saying, this is my chance. This is my chance to be a good guy. Like, you don't get this opportunity very often.
Yeah.
Right?
Seriously.
That's true. Like, let's be the good guys. Like, yeah. Let's really, so, I mean, there's opportunities, and whenever, where there's pain, there's opportunity. So, yeah.
So your surgery center for now is going to survive?
For now. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about the burn rate, but yes,
sure.
I have some breathing room.
Okay,
and I'm still making the case to other insurance companies. And man, maybe, United, come on, it's been a bad year for you guys. I would say a PR boon would be, come on, let me a network. Right? So,
yeah, not even like a PR boon, just coming back to like zero.
Almost baseline. Not quite, but almost.
Right?
But that's better than what it is now. And it's we've had our own issues. Yeah, I'm in private practice, and we own surgery centers, and it's UnitedHealthcare. There's something about that corporation. Like, people wonder in my content, like, why, don't forget about Aetna, don't forget about Blue Cross. And at first, when I started talking about health insurance companies, I did make some videos, like, where those other companies were the where I was pointing my ire. But then I realized, man, I don't know. UnitedHealthcare, it just really is like a step above in terms of their decision making, their unethical policies, and so just I feel like every couple months there's a news article coming out talking about another thing that they're doing, whether it's like nursing homes and it's just so anyway, that's why, because I do feel like there are levels to this.
There are
And
levels.
I don't think any health insurance company really is as ethical in what they do, but there are levels. Absolutely.
And being able to recognize that, like, is important. And I think,
Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, even if we're just all thinking about how do we coach them up? How do we coach these insurance companies up and get them to behave right? Like, you've got to point out something good, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
I guess that's true.
or at least like point at the one that you don't want to be. Like, don't act like him.
Yeah. Right.
Don't pick your nose. Like, don't do
You're
that.
like Jerry.
Can we talk about the oculoplastics doctor conversation?
That's so funny.
Man.
That whole conversation, I was on point that day. I was ready to roll.
Your I was just looking at your face.
You have to fill people in.
All right. So let's give context for this. Well, you give us context. What was this conversation?
A patient needs to have treatment for lymphedema. They're going to have mastectomy, and I want to do this really, really elegant surgery called a lymphovenous bypass for them. And United denies it. And so I asked for a peer-to-peer call. And I get on the phone. And what ensued was an embarrassment of the peer to of the term peer. And
what ensued was an actual real life Dr. Glockenflucken skit. That's what ensued.
Well, I actually turned part of it into an actual skit. But first of all, is this procedure, like, is it typically covered like by other payers? Have you had it covered before?
Yeah, I've had it covered before, and I've looked into there are entire companies that will cover this procedure. So it's
right.
It's not. They say United says it's experimental. I've been doing it for 13 years.
At what point does it stop being experimental?
I mean,
when you have good success with it.
I'm just saying, it's not. I mean, in the sense that anything I do is an experiment today. Like it's it's an experiment. And
they accept your dual, your offer. You're starting, like, you're slapping him with a white glove and be like, I challenge you to a duel. Like they accept and to the peer-to-peer, and you expect, any physician, like, we would expect, what does that mean, peer-to-peer? We expected someone with our level of experience and education and training
in your field.
But that's not who showed up on the call.
No, and they chose when to have the call. It's not like I called up and said, could you get your nearest plastic surgeon? I mean, they knew what it was about.
So they had time.
They assembled their A-team. And their A-team was, an cosmetic surgeon and an oculoplastic surgeon, neither of whom treated people with breast cancer or had ever performed even one of these procedures or had any information to describe the procedure. It was embarrassing.
It was.
Like, you know what it was? It was like when you're in the operating room and, you're getting, like, the med students getting pimped and you just want it to stop because it's just sad. Stop beating the med students but I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop because I'm like, let's take this all the way here. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I loved it. You take them to task, like, quiz them, pimp them on all the anatomy and whatever it is. And, just to give people a context, an oculoplastics specialist is someone who did eyeball residency, 3 years of eyeball residency, followed by 1 to 2 years of facial plastics. At no point
I don't think there's any breasts on the face.
Do we venture anywhere?
Even I know that.
Anywhere near breast tissue.
I just loved it. And what was classic was, like, if you're going to go play basketball and someone joins you and they're like, let's play some sports ball. Like, just the terminology they're using, that they don't belong here. And the person on the line was like, I'm subspecialty plastics. And I was like, I'm going to check you on that because literally no plastic surgeon ever said that.
Yeah.
Subspecialty plastics. That's great.
Subspecialty plastics. I was like, no, plastic surgeons are like, I'm a badass plastic surgeon. And they were like, I'm like, no, here we go. Who are you?
Well,
What planet are you from?
People, you need to go to your. I'm sure it's probably on all your platforms, but TikTok, I think is where I saw it. But just watching your facial expressions, that's what I was focused on. I was like, I know exactly like how she's feeling in answering these questions and doing all this stuff. I was just, and the thing is, like, that's another one of those, like, a type of content that we need, and I've seen a couple other people do that same thing.
I love it.
And it's fantastic to sit there, and the way you're doing it is great. It's just you.
Yeah.
You're not hearing
recording them.
You're not hearing the other voice, but just the way you held the conversation to like, you're like letting us in on the conversation. We don't need to hear what this other person's saying to know exactly how ludicrous this situation is. And that is genius. And this is why it went viral. And so please do more of that. And any physician who's listening, like, do that.
I mean, we need to like have one of those ice bucket challenges, kind of a thing. Like, we need a trend for this.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, absolutely. Like, how many hundreds, thousands of physicians could make that video? I mean, granted, people don't want to get fired, but and that's then a whole nother issue.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
But just get some private practice folks out there. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of prior authorizations, but certainly if I ever get the opportunity, like.
Well, I will say that I have watched that video back and cheered for myself.
Yeah, as you should.
Like, I'm not usually like that, but I was like, oh man,
that was a good one.
Coffee, you were on.
Oh, it was good.
That. And I was like, statistics. I'm like, yes.
How many of those would you say you do, like in a span of like a month, like peer to peers?
I would say, a couple a week.
Yeah.
A couple a week, and get to the level of peer to peer. We try to get them approved before that,
because that's not even that's just the last thing, right? Because people don't realize the denials come so much more frequently than that, and then it just takes administrative effort. Talk about paying your staff, right? Like administrative effort to just appeal the denials, which we know are being AI generated by AI now. Like, they're using AI at least to just automatically deny claims now. Yeah, it's a big time suck.
It is. And, but it's one of those things where, if you had said a year ago, I had talked about a peer-to-peer call, the public wouldn't have known what I was talking about. And I'm so glad now that this one little view of our world has been opened up. And I think there's others. There's others. We just need to tap into them.
Well, as an ophthalmologist,
that was a devious smile.
I just think there are. There's constant moments.
Oh yeah.
There,
plenty of opportunity.
Yeah. As an ophthalmologist who's dabbled in subspecialty plastics from time to time, I will say, I've done a blepharoplasty or two.
I'm
totally with you, fellow subspecialty plastics doctor.
Subspecial. I've seen the eyeball. And
I've seen a breast. So what
eyeball adjacent occasion. Right? Like, no, do not let me operate on your eyeball.
I was just imagining me like on the other end of the phone with you, trying to argue about like a breast reconstructive surgery. It's like, what are we doing?
But me in
what world do we live in?
What are we doing? I'm just like, am I thinking I got to make this $100? So just keep dragging it out. Like, I don't even know what that person was thinking.
Yeah.
Nothing good was happening.
I know. It's so, as we wrap up here, I want to, I mean, I know you've been trying to just save your practice and like take care of your patients. And that alone is like plenty worth your time. Yeah. But have you thought about, you've been kind of, I mean, it sounds like you've been advocating for change in healthcare and insurance reform.
Oh, I know where you're going.
No, I'm wondering, like, have you thought about like, just continuing on this path and maybe, using your platform as it's grown to do bigger things? or new projects or something, or I don't know.
I love it. And yes, I have.
Yeah.
And I think I am trying to take care of my people, like trying to make sure they're safe and sound, my team, my patients. But I do actually really love this part of what I've found. I'm enjoying it. And I don't know that I don't know how to make that sustainable long term, other than I'm just going to keep doing it and keep trying to do it. I just love it. I love talking about making things better and telling the truth. And so I mean,
Great.
I'll just maybe I'll start doing skits.
You need a collaboration.
We need to collaborate.
Yeah.
I want to be the plastic surgeon in your
Yeah.
I'm gonna something. There's a breast implant. There's something funny about that.
In your eye.
Absolutely. My God, that's great.
If you have any tips for me, I'll take them from you. I mean, you guys are crushing it and doing all the things. I don't know how to do it other than I'm just going to keep doing it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is just learning on the fly, right? You just have an idea of what you think might.
None of this was the plan.
Yeah,
let
we
me
didn't plan
tell
any
you.
of this stuff. We just kind of like, kept doing it. And actually, it wasn't until Kristin quit her job and started running Glockenflecken as the CEO. And that's when things really started to build up, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just like, I'm just going to dress up in whatever I can find in my kids'
exactly. I was like, if you're going to spend time doing this, I have to make it legitimate in order to face society.
Which includes making it an actual business, so that if I do get sued by a health insurance company, I mean, it's not like I haven't tried.
Stop it.
I'm going to call sexism here, United. I don't want to put you in the firing block or anything. I'm just going to stop talking.
Look, so a few years back, Aetna started to require prior authorizations for every cataract surgery that was performed, which is
ridiculous.
You can imagine, because everybody gets cataracts, right? So huge deal, and so I made a skit about it, and in the skit, I mention, as the Aetna representative, that the mission statement for Aetna is just be evil. And I put a sheet of paper on my wall with the Aetna logo, and under it said mission statement, be evil. And if that didn't incite some kind of legal recourse, I don't know what I can do. I don't know.
That is.
Yeah, right. So, and but I did receive an email from somebody who knew somebody in like the C-suite at the organization, and they were pissed about that video that I made.
Yeah.
So
the CMO wanted it taken off the internet.
Yeah.
We're like, that's not how the internet works.
Not what happens with the internet. So
I love that you didn't take it off the internet.
Oh no.
No, he didn't say that to us. He said that to his team. He was like, you guys, get this taken off the internet.
The CMO of the health insurance company told his underlings to get it removed from the internet.
Well, I want you to have all the freedom to continue to do all the things you're doing. So whatever magical spells are protecting you, I love them.
I want to say it's First Amendment, but I'm not sure how much that helps these days. But anyway, all right. So what? Before we wrap up, do you have anything else? Where can people find you?
It's Dr. Elisabeth Potter on Instagram and TikTok, and versions of that elsewhere.
And if people want to help you,
how can we help
with your
people do? It's not if people want to help.
Yeah.
So you have your GoFundMe.
I have a GoFundMe, and it's linked on like the top of those things. You can find me even if you just Google Elisabeth Potter GoFundMe.
And then how about like non-monetary things? If people want to do that too, is there anything that is?
Absolutely. I mean, I'd say first of all, the encouragement. Feel free to send those positive vibes my way, written and otherwise. Yep. I do like cookies. So
okay,
there you go.
No, but I mean, I'm going to be, I am going to be talking about the open enrollment period. And so if folks want to help, I'd say sharpen your pencils, log into your email, get ready to write a very polite letter to HR to say, let's do better. Let's apply some pressure.
And you have a website, drpotter.com.
Sure do.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time. I've been wanting to have this conversation for quite a while. So
yeah, Really, truly, it's
And
an
it was
honor.
it was a lot of fun.
have
We got.
yeah.
I just want to do it again.
Yeah.
You guys are great. You're inspiring. Like, seriously, I mean, you have made it easier for me to do what I do. There are moments when I've watched what you've done and watched us get and gone, that's awesome. Like, it's so great. Now that I know that you're not getting harassed by United, it feels a little different, but
Right. Like,
no,
hey,
y'all
what's
are
going
awesome.
on there?
Yeah.
And I'll work on the plastic surgeon character. I'll
It's the least we could do. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
What did she say? An ordinary, normal person doing extraordinary things?
A normal person in extraordinary circumstances.
But also,
isn't that like a quote?
I don't know, but it's also, she
like
also is doing,
yeah.
it's from the Avengers. No, but also she is doing extraordinary things.
She is.
Oh, man.
She is a powerhouse.
It's really cool. I encourage all of you to go and follow her on social media. She mentioned several times, like, just like telling the truth, like being truthful. And that's the kind of thing that's very refreshing on social media right now.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like, how do you believe like
anything
what
these
this person's
days,
saying or and so having someone who's very authentic, I think it appeals to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
that was a lot of fun. All right, should we get to a story?
Okay.
Before we wrap up?
Sure.
I told you a story about an eye spider last week. Do you remember that one?
I sure do.
Okay. Well, we have another story from Anna.
Okay, good.
All right.
I hope this is not a spider story.
Story number 2. Our dog lost most of her vision due to a toxoplasmosis infection from eating cat poop.
That could be the whole story right there.
We lived in a small town, and the vet thought it was a degenerative condition common in shepherd breeds. But then we moved to the Atlanta metro area and took her to a specialist who immediately recognized it and prescribed meds to kill the infection. We treat toxoplasmosis in humans, too. The damage was already done after years of letting toxoplasmosis run rampant, but we prevented it from getting worse, and her eye pressures returned to normal levels almost immediately.
Okay.
Even if she didn't regain her sight, her eyes stopped being a source of discomfort, and we didn't need to surgically remove them.
That's a plus.
Always a good idea. Shout out to animal eye specialists on Cobb Parkway in Marietta, Georgia.
Hey.
Their team is always so patient, caring, efficient, and respectful of us and our sweet pup, Penny.
Aww.
Nice job, you guys.
Yeah.
Toxoplasmosis.
Another pup with eye problems like ours.
By the time she died at the age of 14, she had learned to listen when we gave directions like left, right, step up, down, and wait.
Oh my goodness.
What a good dog.
Yeah.
What a good dog. Thank you for that story, Anna. I think Kristen liked that much more.
I like that better. I mean, it's still sad. It's sad, but it's not eyeball spiders.
Yeah, it's uplifting.
Yeah.
It's a good dog. All right. Lots of ways to can hit us up. If you have any comments or suggestions, email us, knockknockhi@human-content.com. Visit us and our Human Content Podcast family on Instagram and TikTok at Human Content Pods. Thanks to all the listeners leaving reviews. We love those reviews. Go over to our YouTube channel at Glockenfleckens. Leave a comment. We can give you a shout out. At Daphne0123 on YouTube said, Soylent is yummy now. No sulfur farts. They figured it out. LOL.
What? We're going to have to revisit.
Soylent.
You have to be the taste tester, though.
I'm a Soylent guy again. That's all I need to hear. Thank you, Daphne. Full video episodes are up every week on our YouTube channel at Glockenfleckens. Also have a Patreon. Lots of fun perks, bonus episodes, react to medical shows and movies, early ad-free episode access, interactive Q&A, live stream events, much more. Patreon.com/Glockenflecken. Or go to Glockenflecken.com to learn more. Speaking of Patreon community perks, new member shout out Kara W. and Kathy C. Welcome, Kara and Kathy. Happy to have you. Shout out to the Jonathans, Patrick, Lucia C., Edward K., Mr. Granddaddy, Caitlin C., Brown L., Mary H., Keith G., Parker, Mohammed L., Kaylee A., David H., Gary M., Eric B., Marlene S., Scott M., Kelsey M., Brian S., because I forgot him a couple times ago, Sean M., Jessica M., Hawkeye MD, Bubbly Salt, and Shawnee D. Patreon Roulette Time, random shout out to someone in the emergency medicine tier. Ashley K., thank you for being the patron. And thank you all for listening. Will and Kristin Flannery, we are your hosts. We are your hosts. Thanks for listening, Will and Kristin Flannery. We are your hosts, Will and Kristin Flannery. also known as the Glockenfleckens. Our executive producers are Will Flannery, Kristen Flannery, Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brooke. Editor and engineer Jason Portizzo. Our music is by Omer Binsby. You try to say editor and engineer. That's a hard
editor
combination.
And engineer. Rolls right off. Editor and engineer.
That
Editor and engineer.
It's not as easy as you think. To learn about Knock Knock Hi's program disclaimer, ethics policy, submission, verification, and licensing terms and HIPAA release terms, go to glockenflecken.com or reach out to us, knockknockhi@human-content.com with questions, concerns, or fun medical puns. Knock Knock Hi is a human content production.
Knock, knock, goodbye.
Thanks for watching the episode. You can find more on that playlist over there. If you prefer to listen or you just had your eyes dilated, you can binge full episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Or join the party over on Patreon, where you get early access episodes, hang out with us, get lots of exclusive bonus content. Hope you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.